So today we're going to get started standing. So however your mat is situated, you can stand at the top of your mat, you can stand at the side of your mat like I am. We're going to start in mountain pose. So let's just go ahead and bring our feet about hip width distance apart. Root all four corners into the floor. Activate the calves, the kneecaps, the thighs. Find that nice strong foundation in the lower part of the body. Start to open the heart, roll the shoulders up and back. And release those shoulders down away from the ears. Maybe close your eyes here for a moment. Gently rotating the palms of the hands forward. And give yourself a couple of breaths first. And then just like we do in our seated meditations, start to deepen your inhalations through the nose. Reach through the crown of the head. Feel that spine growing nice and long as your shoulders drop down the back on your exhalation. Gently engaging that lower abdomen, giving that little extra support for the torso to stack on the hips. Just allow yourself to scan the body. Feel where you might be holding tension, where you might be feeling rather comfortable. Maybe really engaging into your muscles in this nice active stance. And feeling that you're creating stability beneath you. Connecting with the floor beneath your feet and trying to match that support. Let's take a couple of really big yogi breaths. Take an inhale to 5. Filling the belly, filling the chest, maybe all the way up to the clavicle. And then slowly exhale to 8 or 10. Releasing the belly, releasing the chest. Feeling the shoulders soften down. Deep inhale to 5. And let it go. Last one. Inhale. And release. I want you to gently try and connect with your feet and also with your third eye. Feeling that nice straight line, bringing all of your body together, bringing your attention to the back of the eyes, and then we're going to slowly start to blink the eyelids open. And just allow your surroundings to come back into view. And notice any changes that you might feel in your countenance and your body. We're going to inhale, circle the arms up. Reach those fingertips as high as you can, lengthen through the torso. And then let's just take the left hand, reach the palm of the hand towards the sky, wrap the right hand around that left wrist. And then we're going to gently tip over to the right, keeping those feet nice and rooted, maybe even pressing into the left hip as you stretch the left side of the torso. Inhale back to center. Let's separate the hands. Let's interlace the fingers and flip the palms upwards, pressing up towards the sky. And then releasing the fingertips, we're going to wrap the left hand around the right wrist this time. Press that right palm towards the sky. Exhale over to the left. Gently coming back to center. Let's go ahead and release the hands. Let the arms fall. Just give yourself a moment to feel any sensations that come up. I get some tingling through the arms. We can take the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, draw the palms together. So again, rooting those feet into the ground, flexing those kneecaps. We're gonna draw the knuckles down towards the floor, let the heart open. And then let's gently bring the chin to the chest, stretching the back side of the neck, top side of the shoulders. Continue reaching those knuckles down towards the floor. Let's gently rotate that right ear down towards the right shoulder. Maybe taking your awareness to the left shoulder and really reaching it away from the ear. Just getting a nice long stretch along the left side of the neck. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, that left ear to the left shoulder. And energetically pulling that right shoulder away from you. Bringing the head back to center. Engaging that lower abdomen and maybe even taking a slight bend in the knees. We're going to start to forward fold. Nice long spine. Bend your knees as much as you need to here. And go ahead and let the torso be heavy. Maybe start reaching the knuckles up towards the ceiling. Maybe focus on shifting your weight more into the balls of the toes. Straighten the left leg, start bending the right knee, and rotate the arms to the right, getting into that left IT band. And gently rotating back to center. We're going to bend the left knee, straighten the right leg, and rotate the arms off to the left, getting into the right IT band. Gently coming back to center. Let's go ahead and release our fingers, let the arms fall to the floor. You can pedal the knees out here, rotate the wrists, take any movements that feel good to you. We're going to come into Padahastasana. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me. So bend your knees as much as you need to here. We're just going to slide our hands, palms face up, underneath the feet, tucking our toes into our wrists. From here, you're going to lengthen the legs, lengthen the arms, almost like you're coming into a flat back. And it's okay if everything doesn't come completely straight today. Just have that intention there. Feel the back of the legs opening up, gently massaging the back side of the wrists. We'll gently lift our feet up, releasing our hands. Placing our hands on our shins, pressing into a flat back, drop the belly low, reach the crown of the head forward, draw the shoulders behind the back. Exhale, release. And then we're just gonna step back into a tabletop. So gently setting your knees on the floor, stacking your shoulders over your wrists, spread your fingers nice and wide, setting the knees down hip width distance apart. We're gonna connect with our breath here as we move into our cat-cow. Let your inhalation draw the belly down, crown of the head high, sits bones high. Exhale, pressing into that upper back, protracting the shoulders. Inhale, swim through. Exhale, release. Inhale, arch. And exhale, tuck. Let's do 2 more. And just move at your breathing pace. Gently allowing the spine to warm up for your practice today. We'll meet back in a neutral spine. From here, we're going to reach the right foot back. And then we're going to lift that right leg up, bend the knee, and reach the bottom of the foot towards the sky. So what we're going to do is reach that foot high, reach the head high. Exhale, start to bring the knee into the chest, forehead to the knee. Inhale, reach it back. Exhale, knee to forehead. Inhale, reach. Feel that bend in the back. Exhale, tuck. 2 more. And we'll go ahead and set that right knee down. Take a full breath before you set up to extend the left leg out. We will lift that left leg, bend the left knee, and prepare to reach that left foot high, crown of the head high. Exhale, knee to forehead. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tuck. One last one. And then gently setting the left knee down. Let's go ahead and sit back on our heels. Bring our hands to prayer position. And then we're just going to start to do circles with our wrists. So as you spin the fingertips towards you, allow your hands to roll onto the pinky side of the hand. Bring the wrists together as they come forward, fingers pointed away from you. Tops of the hands are together. And then they're going to roll on the index finger side back to prayer position. So just make some circles here with your hands. And then we'll go in the opposite direction. And we'll come back to prayer position. Lean forward, plant your hands on the floor. We're setting up For downward facing dog, tuck the toes under, press your hands and feet into the mat and lift the hips. Maybe pedal the feet out. I always find that feels good in the morning. Just release some tension from the calves and the hamstrings. And then just mentally walking through your down dog, making sure you're shifting the weight into the balls of the fingers instead of the wrists. Softening those shoulders away from the ears, melting the heart back, reaching those sit bones high, and finally exhaling the heels to the floor. I'm going to gently shift forward into plank, coming onto our toes, stacking the shoulders over the wrists, and maybe just shift a little bit forward so that your shoulders are more out over your fingertips. We're going to drop the knees, drop the heart, and then slither through, gently pressing up into your mini cobra. Exhale, release. Tuck the toes under and press your way back to downward facing dog. Let's do 2 more rounds of this. Shifting forward, maybe a little more forward. Drop the knees, drop the chest, slither forward. Find your low cobra. Exhale, release, and press it back. Last one. Find your plank. Drop the knees, drop the heart. Inhale up. Exhale, release. Press it back. Downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in here. Let it go. We're going to inhale the right leg high. Bring that right shoulder back down. Exhale the left heel to the floor. And then start to stack the hips here. Bend the right knee. Open up that right hip. You can stay just like this. Or option to flip your dog. We're going to shift over our wrists. And then just slowly set that right foot behind you, rocking onto the knife edge of the left foot and opening the right arm, opening the heart, lifting the hips. Gently and with control, we're going to make it into side plank. If you are not in flipped dog, find your side plank now. And then we're going to bring the right hand to the mat and step that right foot forward into runner's lunge. So both hands are to the left side of the right foot. We're sinking into that left hip flexor. Let's go ahead and set the left knee down on the mat here. And then let's also rotate the right toes to about 45-degree angle. So they're sort of pointing off the side of the mat. And drop the right knee open a little bit. This is optional. We're going to root the left hand into the mat. We're going to lift the left foot. If you don't want to do this, you can stay exactly as you are. Inhale the right arm high and reach back for those left toes. Sometimes I like to draw the heel in, make sure I've got a good grip, and then just use that shin to open the right shoulder. Get a nice good quad stretch here. Releasing the left toes, we're going to slowly bring that right hand back to the front, rotate the right toes forward, root the left hand into the mat, lift the back leg. We're just going to open that right arm towards the sky for revolved side angle. Getting into that right hip. Exhale, bring the right hand down to the inside of the right foot. We're going to rotate that left foot down. And we're going to open up for extended side angle. If this is too intense for you, you can lift up and rest your right elbow on your right knee. Whatever variation is calling to you this morning. Engage your legs, engage your core. We're going to come all the way up into warrior two. Place the left hand on the left thigh. Inhale that right arm high. Exhale, bring both hands to the floor. We're going to come into Ardha Chandrasana. So this is a little bit of a challenging pose, but we're just going to have fun with it today, okay? So use that back leg to spring yourself forward and use your hands for support here if you need to. If you know Ardha Chandrasana and you can come into it easily, feel free to do so. Otherwise, press into that right standing leg. Press through that left heel. Start to stack the hips. Stacking that left hip on top of the right. If you feel pretty stable here, bring that left hand to the left hip. Start to open up through that left shoulder. If you feel like you can go further, try extending that left arm up towards the sky. Wherever you are today is absolutely perfect. Just have fun with it. Continue breathing and feel like you're reaching through every limb of the body. Finding length everywhere you can. We're going to bring that left hand back to the mat. Gently set that left foot all the way back. And then gently come back into our warrior two. All right, straighten the right leg. Great job. We're going to rotate those right toes towards the side of the mat. Bring the heels in, toes out, setting up for goddess. So we're sinking into the squat. We're allowing our shoulders to come up near the ears. We're going to gently press into the right knee and dip that right shoulder low as we look over the left shoulder. Gently coming back to center and then dipping the left shoulder low, looking over the right shoulder. Slowly coming back to center and coming all the way to standing. We're going to lunge into the left knee, rotate onto the ball of the back foot, find our crescent pose. Bring your hands together at heart center. Slow your breathing down, find your stability. We're going to gently twist over the left hip. And then staying in your twist, see if you can release that left hand, reach for the right thigh, and inhale the right arm towards the sky. Reverse crescent. Slowly and with control, bring that right hand back down through the center all the way to the mat. We're going to step the left foot back. Find your plank. Shift forward. Drop the knees. Drop the heart. Slither through. Inhale, half cobra. Exhale, release. And press your way back into downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath here. Let it go. If you need to take a break at any time, feel free to come into child's pose. I'll give you 2 more long breaths here before we continue on the other side. We're gonna inhale the left leg high. And we're gonna start to stack those hips. See if you can draw that left shoulder back down, find the rotation in the torso. Bend the left knee, open up that left thigh. If you did it on the other side, you'd like to shift forward and flip your dog. We're gonna set that left foot down carefully behind us, opening up into our wild thing. Slowly and with control, find your way into plank. If you skipped wild thing, make your way into plank now. Lift those hips, and we're gonna gently bring that left foot all the way forward into our runner's lunge. So both hands on the inside of the left foot. We're gonna gently set that right knee onto the mat. Find a nice long spine. You can stay exactly like this. Or if you want to, you can rotate those left toes to a 45-degree angle and let that left knee drop out. You can also plant the right hand into the mat, lift the right foot, and reach that left hand behind you for the toes. You can always skip this part if you want to. And just gently pull that calf towards you to stretch the quads. And then we're going to release the toes. Bring both hands back to the inside of the left foot. Let's go ahead and return those left toes pointing forward. Tuck the back toes, lift the back leg. Plant the right hand into the mat. We're going to inhale the left hand towards the sky. Sinking into that left hip. Staying engaged in the right thigh. And then gently bringing that left hand back to the mat. We're going to start to roll onto the inside of that right foot, finding our extended side angle. So again, if this low to the ground is too much for you, you can always pop up, resting the left elbow on the left knee. Extending through both the right and left side of the torso. Engage your core. We're going to come all the way up. Place your right hand on the thigh, reach the left hand high, reverse warrior. And then exhale. We're going to sink into this warrior two and set up for Ardha Chandrasana. So bring both hands down to the mat. Rotate onto the ball of the back foot. Spring yourself forward onto that standing left leg. Press into that left foot, find your stability. Start to press through the right heel. Stack the hips. Wherever you are today, there's lots of variations you can take. You can try bringing that right hand to the right hip. You can start to open through the right shoulder. You can reach the right arm high. And just listen to your body. Continue those nice long yogi breaths. And feel like you're reaching out through every single limb in the body. Wherever you are, let's bring both hands back to the mat. Gently set that right foot back into crescent feet. We're going to rotate that right heel down and windmill our arms up into warrior two. bringing our feet into goddess. So heels in, toes out, sink down into your squat. This time we'll gently press into the left shoulder, looking over the right this time. And coming back through the center, sinking into the right shoulder. Coming back to center and all the way to standing. We're going to lunge into the right knee, come onto the ball of the left foot, find your crescent pose, find your stability. Inhale the arms up. Nice long yogi breaths. Bring your hands to heart center. We're going to gently twist open over the right hip. And then from here, see if you can release that right hand, reach for that left thigh, and just inhale the left hand high, reverse crescent. If you're not feeling quite that stable, it's okay. Just do what you can. And then slowly bringing that left hand down through the center, both hands to the mat. We're going to step that right foot back, find our plank, drop the knees, drop the heart, slither through, open the heart, release, and press your way back into downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and lower the knees wide, toes together, and melt the heart down towards the floor, relaxing the forehead on the mat. Connecting with those deep yogi breaths. From here, we're just going to shift forward and come all the way onto our bellies. Let's go ahead and extend the arms long and rest our face off to one side. When you feel ready, we're going to set up for bow pose. So resting the forehead on the mat, we're going to reach our heels up and see if we can reach back and grab a hold of the tops of the feet or the ankles, wherever you can grab a hold. Returning your forehead to the mat, we're going to try and keep our thighs on the floor and just use our calves and our shins to pull on our arms, lifting the heart off the floor. One more deep breath. And release. Release the arms. Rest your face off to one side. We're going to come into that one more time. So extending back, trying to grab a hold of the tops of the feet or the ankles. Rest your forehead on your mat. And press those shins back, lifting the heart off the mat. This time, feel free to allow the knees to come off the floor and come into the full bow pose. You're sort of balancing on the hip bones here, and you might feel that your belly can rock you gently. And exhale, release it down. Let's place our hands right alongside our rib cage here. And we're gonna start to press our way up into up dog. So gently pressing in, keep those elbows back. Use the tops of your feet to press into the floor so that your thighs can come up off the ground. And then you wanna roll the shoulders back, open the heart. Engage your core. Start to pull the core back. Roll over the toes, find your downward facing dog. Deep breath in, long breath out. We're gonna come into dolphin pose, setting the elbows down at about shoulder width distance. Rotate your hands out so that the thumbs are pointing forward and the pinkies are pointing off the side of the mat. Just like in down dog, we're just going to press the heart back through the shoulders, reach the sit bones high, and mount the heels towards the floor. And shifting forward, drop the knees down wide. Relax the heart back between the legs. Let the shoulders relax. It's a pretty intense one on the shoulders. We're going to start to walk the hands in, coming to a seat on our heels. And go ahead and release your legs so that you can come down onto your back. And let's, for a moment, just take the feet wide, relax the knees against each other, and take a few breaths, allowing your exhalations to draw you into the mat. By extending those exhalations out longer than the inhale, you're sort of coaxing the body into a bit of relaxation, letting it know everything is okay at this moment. This is how we communicate with our nervous system, through the breath. So we're going to set up for bridge pose. So go ahead and walk the feet together about hip width distance apart. I like to bring the heels in nice and close. Palms face down alongside the body. When you're ready, press your hands and feet into the floor. Start to lift the hips. Maybe roll the shoulders up underneath you. Maybe you can even interlace the fingers behind you, pressing those pinkies into the mat. Take your attention right towards those feet. Press into the floor as you lift the chest towards the chin. And slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, unroll, release the shoulders, and set each vertebrae down one by one. Again, you can take the feet wide, relax the knees against each other. And we're going to wrap up with one last hip opener. So I'm going to scoot down a little because the sun is right in my face. Oh, that's better. Okay. We're going to place the knife edge of the right foot right on top of the left knee. Setting up for thread the needle. So when you're ready, you're going to lift that left leg, interlace the fingers behind the left thigh. So you have a little figure 4 here. And you're going to start to pull that left leg towards you. You'll feel this in the right hip. You may even feel this in the left hip. And as I always say, yoga poses are not static. Feel free to gently rock into this. Take any micro movements that feel good to you. And then settle in, breathing into the tension, scanning the body and recognizing areas that you can surrender. Usually the shoulders tense up in anticipation, sometimes the face, sometimes the toes. And as you feel that tension dissolve, see if you can draw that left knee a little bit closer. One more deep breath. And gently release that left leg. Let that right leg extend out. Take any movements you need to get some blood moving back in the right leg. And when you're ready, we'll set up to do the other side, bringing the knife edge of the left foot on top of the right knee. And then lifting that right leg so you can interlace the fingers behind the right thigh. Take a nice deep breath in, let it go. Another inhale. And on the exhale is when you want to start to draw that right knee towards you. Again, taking any gentle movements that help you sink further into this pose. I always sort of feel like yoga is teaching me on a daily basis how to operate in life. You know, it's that sweet spot that's a little bit uncomfortable, but you feel strong enough to keep moving through. And that's that tiny point of tension, that little bit of resistance that we come up against and breathe our way into. If it's too comfortable, you're probably not doing much at all, you know, and if it's too painful, you're probably pushing yourself too far, too hard. And you'll notice some days you approach it differently. Depends on how you're feeling, what you feel up for. You might find that that's how you end up approaching your whole day. All right, we're going to gently release that right knee. Go ahead and release the left leg. Take any movements that feel good to you. And then let's draw our knees into our chest. Wrap our arms around our shins. Gently rock from side to side. And we're just going to do one supine twist. Take the arms wide. Bring the calves parallel with the floor. We're going to drop the knees off to the left, gaze to the right. And maybe just give yourself a moment, close your eyes. Allow yourself to sink into this twist. Gently come back to center. Bring those calves parallel with the floor. And then we're going to drop the knees to the right, gaze to the left. Allowing your exhalations to melt the left shoulder into the mat. We'll gently come back to center. Take our knees into our chest one last time. Let's take a deep breath in. Bring our forehead to our knees. Scrunch ourselves up into a tiny little ball. Maybe drink a little more air in. And then open the mouth, let it go. Release the limbs. And find your Shavasana. Extending the arms and legs long. Grabbing a blanket or a pillow if that feels right for you. And just giving yourself a few moments to relax and soak up the benefits of your practice today. Maybe closing your eyes and gently connecting with your breath. Feel your breath breathing you. Letting every exhalation just soothe the muscles and guide them into total relaxation. Relaxing the feet, relaxing the ankles, the calves, the knees, relaxing the thighs and the hips. Allow the belly to be soft. The low spine to gently curve. Allow the entire torso to expand and contract with every breath effortlessly. Allow the shoulders to melt into the mat. And that sensation to run down the arms and through all 10 fingers. Feel that relaxation float up the back of the neck, across the entire scalp. Softening every muscle in the face, the brow, the eyelids, the cheeks, mouth. With your next exhalation, feel the entire body start to dissolve as you sink into a pure state of being, absolute observation. There's nothing to do here, nothing to change or fix. Everything is exactly as it should be. Allow all of your senses to journey as you take in all that you observe. Taking it in without judgment, without reaction. Gently allow your awareness to come back to this space, back to your body. Follow your next inhalation into the body. Allow that breath to redetermine your boundaries. Feel the edges of your form. Take a nice deep breath in. Gently let it go. Start to connect with that place where your body meets the floor. Feeling that support beneath the heels, the hips, the shoulders. And maybe inviting sensation in through the fingers and toes. And if it calls to you to come into a full body stretch, feel free to do so. And whenever you're ready, we're going to gently roll off to one side, curling up into the fetal position. Maybe making a pillow with your arms so that you can pause for a moment and come back to yourself. Feel the comfort of this posture. It's very nurturing. Whenever you feel ready, we'll make our way back to a comfortable seated position. And we'll take that one final yogi breath, filling the belly and the chest, and letting that exhalation fall upon the shoulders, sinking us back into our bodies, grounding us. Let's bring our hands to heart center and gently bow to our fingertips. And may you carry any peace or well-being that you've gathered from this practice today into the rest of your day, the rest of your week. Thank you so much, as always, for practicing with me today. The light within me sees, honors, and respects the light within all of you. Namaste.